Hello everybody, welcome my fellow Americans and immigrants. Hey, this advice actually is to YouTube, the algorithm. Maybe a little human advice and input would be helpful. The problem you're having with me as a viewer, is that you want to put me in this little category and just put these same, and you repeat so many videos that I've skipped over and never watched, and I have to go through and just say I don't like them, but you put them back up unless I tell you why, but you only give me two options. You don't ever allow me to tell you why I'm skipping that video for real. This is a poorly built algorithm. This should allow me to tell you exactly why I either don't like the video or that I have already watched it so many times. That's ridiculous. If I click, I've already watched it. Unless I go into my history and look it up, I shouldn't see it there on my feed. My YouTube feed is valuable to me. I use YouTube to inspire my research. All of the titles, even the fake ones, inspire me to look up things. That's why I went from being a Harris supporter to a Trump supporter, because you kept putting Harris in my face. And I had to know who this candidate was. So thank you, YouTube and social media and Kamala Harris, for doing that, because it was very eye-opening. And a lot of people like myself, I have no income. My videos are the only hope I ever have of ever earning an income. And I have links to, help me out if you want to, but nobody's ever used them, and I only put them in because a friend of mine suggested it, because I decided I'm not monetizing my channel. I'm not gonna do that to my subscribers. It's not right. I'm almost to the point, because they changed the rules, where I can monetize my channel and actually try to earn some money. However, if people aren't going to buy my product, there's no reason for me to monetize. And I don't have a big enough platform to monetize. I don't have a team that I work with. I work with just my videos. Just me. Just good old me. For real, me. I am pretty typical of most people, I believe. At least the people I meet they're pretty common people. We work, try to pay our bills, which is getting insane. And so, people are wising up. They're finally getting such tight restraints on how much money they're allowed to have, and there's so many legalities that they use to take away what you do buy or restrict your use on what you purchase to be your own property. And so when that hit home, Americans really began to see what was happening. So for a lot of us, we were going to our news stations to find out what was going on. I really didn't get into the political arena. I stayed away from it until about a year ago, when I saw how much it mattered again. Because I'm a 70s teenager. So, I saw it. And YouTube, I'm glad to see that you are beginning to reveal more channels to me. But when you're showing me material from 7 years ago, 10 years ago, I think the oldest one I've gotten so far is material from 12 years ago, you are hurting a new creator. because that spot of material that's so old and probably seen millions of times when I look at the views, usually, I get offended. I'm a creator. I'm a small-time creator. And when YouTube will put up a 12-year-old video rather than put up the new video I just uploaded on my dime, that matters to me. And it should matter to you. Technology is changing, and for the first time, I actually came across a web channel. I'm not going to share it because I got more research to do, where you could actually find jobs working from home still that pay fairly well. But I want to get a little more background on this business, or on this channel, before I go jump in and sponsor them with my, hey, this is a good channel. If I'm going to give that, look, you make YouTube and their watchers, I'm sorry, we have, as creators, a struggle with getting you to like material that you watch. I don't know how many times I've seen my own family members sitting at the table watch an entire video and not like it, just scroll to the next one. That's hurtful to the person's video you just took your time to watch. That hurts them. You want to be on YouTube, but you want to be anonymous. You don't want to have to give a like. You don't want to comment on the topics. It's almost impossible for smaller people like myself to break out and break through because of the big players like Joe Rogan. I hate to say this, but the Y-Files, you're a big channel, and you don't promote any smaller channels. You don't use these smaller channels to, you're not a part of the smaller communities. You are way up here. And frankly, you know, we have to work as hard as you did to get to where you are. You are inspiration. And you're not holding us back unless they're putting your material out that is more than 10 years old and you haven't done anything new with your channel in 2 or 3 years. Nothing new. That should open the door for us. Now, Y-Files, you're an exception. You're always putting out some kind of material, whether it is in-depth on some of the topics you've already followed, or you come up with a new one, or you do compilations. Your channel is always active, like a TV channel. And I watch YouTube is my TV. I barely watch. I have Dish Network. My mother had it set up on the house. All I had to do was keep the payments going, and they weren't too much, so I do. But I barely watch it. I watch it when I'm going to sleep, because I know after so long of no activity, it turns off. It goes to sleep. I don't have to wake up and do it. So, listen, YouTube, you're my television. Now, you can leave Hollywood out as far as I'm concerned. You don't ever have to show me anything but their free movies, because that's all I can afford to watch. And I'm a subscriber to YouTube. I tried to cancel my subscription because money was getting tight and I couldn't upload videos. But, and I'm always, with my subscription, I get garbage as a, here, now you got AI can do all your research. I have worked with Gemini, which is is the best of them, Gemini, out of all of them that I've worked with. The chatbots are garbage. They need to be pulled down and completely revamped. So they are not only accurate, but capable of doing more than typing a paper, dictating a paper from me. And then it gets my rights to my material that I just use this tool to create. Now, if you want to make robots people and AI people, we are talking that you are completely out of your mind, because then you're trying to replace our species with a different species. I don't want to have to deal with another species when I need a tool. That's it. Simple breakdown. Now, I don't mess with YouTube's AI tools at all. I found them very difficult. I found them very manipulated with woke, false information and data. No, I don't use any of that creating platform anymore. I did DaVinci. I tried clip art. Just all of them, to see were they even worth bothering with, because the subscriptions are not cheap. The subscriptions to get the full access to the tools that, when you do get the subscription, turns out to be pretty much worthless. And then they still have a deal up at the top that says, you want this feature? Here, pay this much for blah blah. For this feature, you can add this feature. You can add no. That whole system needs to be redone and made honest. And YouTube, you're notorious. Creating, I am a creator, but unless I put myself out there and just my life and my opinions and my thoughts, I have no way of creating videos with YouTube. Even though I have YouTube Create on my phone, it glitches up. It doesn't work half the time. Trying to put in any kind of where they put the words at the bottom of the, I can't think of the darn word. Oh, where they put the words on the bottom. Subtitles. It glitches up putting those in. Half the words don't come out right. I went and put mine into English and checked the wording, and the wording was correct. And so I changed it from English to Spanish so that I could speak in English for my English-speaking audience, and I could also speak to a Spanish audience if I opened up my platform by being able to give them a way to understand what I'm saying. Makes sense, right? When I went through the transcript of the Spanish, I clipboarded and copied it, and then had it translated back into English so I could see what it was actually saying. And I had to delete 3 videos because the inaccuracy would have taken me days to correct on a glitchy app on my phone. And since Chromebook does not have applications other than your phone apps, to use anything is almost impossible. So I have been working on creating this channel, YouTube, for close to 2 years now. I mean, I've really put a lot. I've got almost 1,000 videos that I created. In the beginning, it was shorts, it was cutesy, it was artistic, it was emotionally expressive, but it was AI generated, and a lot of filters. And using those filters, making myself appear more sociable and approachable by putting on these different makeups on my face, all it got me was harassed. Even though I made it very clear, you want to insult me? Hit on me, especially in the presence of my husband. Don't worry about him being offended. you got to worry about me being offended. Because you just told me that my choice is a bad choice, and I need to choose you. And I don't know you. So I closed that door. I said, nope, not going there no more. And that was the early part of my channel. And the censorship was, trying to create these artistic things using music was a nightmare, to be honest. A nightmare. These are not the whole songs. Now, if I put a whole song in, then I could see getting a copyright infraction. But putting 10 seconds or less of a song on a video, it should not be. That is a public sample. That's all. And I should not have to deal with copyright infringement over such things. These are in a public platform. So you get that straight. A lot of things will go smoother. But I gotta tell you, I'm really bored. YouTube, I'm bored to death. Because you keep putting up so much old material, or material, it's like watching TV. You can never watch anything new. It's reruns from years ago. That's why I wanted YouTube. It's now my TV. Simple. I can actually pick and watch a person without having to watch a soap opera drama that is engineered on my television by TLC or Discovery or one of these crockery. Those channels just encourage bad behavior in relationships, people. Don't bother. Don't waste your time. They are bad influence on society. Am I going to say ban them? No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of hypocrite. But it's your choice. But I don't watch it. It's garbage to me. And watching rich people, seeing how they really are in their true lives, how they sabotage, backstab, and lie to each other, you find that good to watch? Really? I don't want to watch it. So YouTube, keep the entertainment industry off my page. I have disliked enough videos that I shouldn't see one. I mean, you're pulling from ancient archives because I'm saying I don't like this video. But I'm tired of watching the same old thing. I am not in one category. I have an open mind. What does that mean? Well, that means I have a large variety of interests, not just one. I am not a computer. I am a human being. I like variety in my life. I like a variety of foods. I like a variety of television shows. Commercials, yeah, they still got a lot of work to do to really be able to talk to the public and get them to believe anything of what they say. Because the pharmaceutical industry is just destroyed commercials. So most people just ignore them. It may be playing in the background, but it ain't reaching the home fence. Sorry, nobody's hearing. Not anymore. It's all the same. They put in 10 minutes worth of, you're going to experience, you could experience this, on top of the effects of your disease. So no thank you. Okay? I know I'm harsh, but that's what makes me an American. It's because I can say this isn't right. But I am not telling that pharmaceutical company that they got to go out of business because I disagree with it. I'm telling that company I just don't feel confident buying their goods. And that is the voice of America. And if I monetize my channel, I mean, I would love to see coffee cups all over the country with American Granny, my picture, and the flag behind me. I would love it. I would love it. But if you're going to call me a patriot, we have an issue. Patriots are too close-minded, but they are our best defense. Don't count them out. Keep them moving up through society like they should be. They are our soldiers, and after living in their communities for just a couple of years, they are our defense. So just stop discounting your rural neighborhood. They are as intelligent, as educated, and as hardworking as anybody else. Now the jobs are changing, I get it. In YouTube, I went and checked out a few channels of yours telling people how to make money. A lot of them were scams. I'll tell you that right up front. Well, I'm not going to say that I watched hundreds. I didn't. I'll be honest. I just scrolled through. I think I watched about 10 different ones partially. I didn't watch any of them until I found this one channel that I will finish researching and tell you about. But this is got to change for creators. I should not be seeing, and I've been on YouTube more than 10 years as a viewer mostly. I didn't get into being a creator until almost 2 years ago. I was really hopeful that I could find a way to earn a little bit of money for myself. But all the ideas I came up with kind of flopped, and flopped hard. And that's the learning experience of every beginner, no matter what your job is. So it wasn't YouTube that was the problem. YouTube was showing my videos. So it wasn't YouTube the problem at that time. It was me. I hadn't found what was going to work for my channel. What I did find is put away all the fake stuff and just be myself and express myself as myself. And truthfully, that takes far more courage than it does to step out onto a cliff edge and look down and then jump. It takes more courage to be who I am, the way I was born, how I was created by my social structure and my own intelligence, and the influence of my family and parents. I want to see some more of that on YouTube. I'm tired of fake America. Now, if you're a hard-ass American and you think you're a badass, then let's see you take up the struggle and the fight to fix this country. Because we need that. We need it more than anything in the world. We need that. Alright guys, I got a lot going on in my head. But my video is almost 24 minutes. And an upload like that on YouTube on the little system I've got out here in the boonies, it's I love it out here. I wouldn't really want to be any place else. But if somebody asked me, would I want to go live in Russia? No. Why? Climate. I am not adapted very well to their climate. I would love to live around the Russian people. I think they're amazing intelligence. Out of all our species and all the countries, they have brought us a whole new identity as a civilization. The Russians helped us with that. We didn't do it alone. And the things that we learned we didn't like from, say, China, well, we made sure not to do those here because it's damaging to the people. See, America is about the people. And if YouTube is going to be an American channel and part of the world community that it should be, I should be seeing videos from all over the world. That's what I'm most interested in. I'm not interested in what their kings and their governments are doing. I know what they're doing. The same thing mine's doing. What I want to know is I want to see the people. I want to meet the people. I want to hear their ideas, their thoughts, their opinions. Because they apparently care about my country. And I say that because of the response that I see to Trump becoming president again. I do believe that our country can be restored as long as we can find fighters like Trump. You don't need to pick up a big stick to be a good fighter. Bruce Lee proved that to everybody decades ago. You needed intelligence and the willingness to defend. And that was most of his messages to the people he taught his skill. I don't look down on any country unless they abuse their people. If their people are starving, if they're going to war, if that's all they can think about to make money for themselves, really? We are in a time that is an innovative time, unlike any other in history. And here we sit on our hands. We're not making anything. Only a few people are making parts for the SpaceX. Only a few people are working. How come there are not 10 factories producing cars, tractors? This all should be here. Americans should be doing this, not dependent on it. It's like a drug dealer. You want to sell your goods, which in this case is technology to control your equipment that you sell. When you sell it, you give up all rights. It belongs to that person, but it doesn't work right now like that. Companies are not doing it like that, and the law that says it must be is being ignored. Technology, slow down. It's not a warning. It's a demand. Before you do more harm and damage. There is a place for this automated technology. Right now, it's got so many bugs. It does not belong in any of our infrastructure. And you can't tell me, oh yeah, it's safe. No, my Social Security number is stolen, along with billions of other Americans. No, you just stole my identity. Even though my family's been here for generations. You stole my identity. And I want it back. And I want it secured so nobody else can have it. That's like if I were to demand to see the ballot listings in my local area. From the mail I know that's been stolen from my mailbox. I wouldn't doubt. I'm not saying it is. But I wouldn't doubt there's a high probability that my mother voted for Kamala Harris, which she would not have done, even if she was alive. And she's been dead for a couple of years. That's why I have this. That's why I have a home. My husband worked feverishly, crazy hours, alone in this world with nobody but the guys he worked with. Because he couldn't be with his family because he was always at work, and we couldn't afford a home in America. So YouTube, let me see others from other countries. Are they going through the same problems we are, and I'm not aware of it because of what you put up on my feed? See, this is why this is on YouTube. I'm a diverse person. But you want to put me in a box and tell me I can watch this, this, and this because I watched one video of that and chose it. Now you're going to put me on a list of all I can watch is that. No. I got globe trekkers I like to watch, hikers, campers, fishermen, automotive, monster trucks, guns, squashies, aliens. I am not in a box. I'm an American. I like variety. So stop giving me old material and give me some damn new stuff, please. YouTube, please. I want to see people, real people. Not these teenagers half killing people trying to do stunts like the girl who got so many millions of views who almost drowned a handicapped woman who couldn't swim. And she thought because she's short, tiny, petite, that is one Barbie that should have been thrown in that lake and left to find her own way out like she did that lady. I don't want to see that garbage. Those kids belong in jail. That was attempted murder. And it was a setup. So that makes it premeditated. Even if death was not the intent. The act was. That's old school, baby. You take responsibility for what you did. And I still see that video show up from time to time. Do you know how humiliating it is for that victim every time that video comes up? And someone in her family has to see her like that, being hurt and abused that way? By a snotty teenager or barely adult. No, I don't want to see that garbage. Give me some real people. I know there are other people who are out there making videos just like me that are talking about the things that matter in life, that are trying to work out the things that matter in life. But you're not letting us talk to each other. I talk to the world through YouTube. This is the biggest voice I have ever had in my entire life. And YouTube, you don't know how grateful I am, even with all your flaws. But I want to see that change. I want to see more from Russia. I want to see Indonesia. I want to see China. I want to see Japan. I want to see them all. These are my people. They are the world's people. That makes them as much mine as I am theirs. And you have no right to keep that from us. So YouTube, this is your call. I'm calling out YouTube. Let's see what you fix. I heard, I never thought it was real. I thought it was fake news. That Elon Musk is thinking about buying you out or in the works or something. But I hope you straighten yourself up on your own. Elon Musk has enough companies making him billions. I hope you survive on your own. Because I have used X. And I don't use X anymore. Because I got flagged for a picture of sunset clouds. And it's violent. and they locked down my account. Even though it's paid for, locked down my account. Still, I had to go in and change the picture of clouds at sunset. Okay, so I don't mess with X. It's a farce. It's as bad as Twitter was, and a lot of the stuff you see on there is kids behaving badly. And when I'm talking kids, I'm talking from 25 down. 25 down. To me, they're still kids. Because in the videos I see, they sure as hell have not grown up. I've seen them assault the police. No. You know, a police officer, you want to scream about a police officer assaulting you. Yet your kids are out assaulting police officers. And you cut their pay. And you cut their numbers. So that guy was out there alone with no support. And no one stepped in to stop those brutal kids. And that was, I can't remember. I can't remember what state it was from. But YouTube, don't you turn into X. Because I'll shut my channel down myself. And when I found out I could be a moderator and actually get paid, I was astounded, really. So that's one of the jobs I'm going to research into. I'll gladly watch somebody else's channels and comments to make sure no hogwash is going on. But I have to go by what YouTube says is hogwash. Not what I say is hogwash. Well, I can do that. I've worked many jobs where I had to keep my opinion out of it. But this one is mine. Okay, YouTube. I love you. Keep working. Keep improving. And I'll probably be a subscriber for life. Go woke again. I won't watch anymore. There are plenty of other channels that I don't even go to. Don't bother with. Because I'm comfortable with YouTube. Think about that, YouTube, when you set up your next algorithms. Stop putting people in one category. We are not one category. We are human beings, not robots. Alright, American Granny out. I guess I definitely did my yak. Yakety yak, don't call back. Oh my God, I'm old school.